Well, here are some books that might be of use to you, depending on what your level is of Latin and ancient Greek. Wait, where's the Greek one? Here it is. It's Lucian's The Ass. Now, I'll talk about this one first. This is by Charles Delattre. All of these are from the Septentrion. I think I'm saying that right. My French is a little rusty. University Presse Universitaire. And so what this one is Lucian's The Ass, but it's been rendered into a simpler paraphrase. And something I really admire about it and really like, and I'll show you here, is that you see that the lines, each phrase has its own line. So it's much easier to read than the way that text is normally presented, which is in a big block. That's not how I like to do things. It's just so much easier to read and to follow. And so this is a sort of a shortened version, summarized version of Lucian's The Ass. And if you get through this and you read it a few times, you might be ready to move on to Lucian's The Ass itself, which I have. Here is this is the Hazelnimus version. That's the final publishing version. I think that's the one. And but this is a lot. Lucian is Lucian. He's still, using Attic style and everything, but this makes it a lot easier to follow it, everything that happens. There are, vocabulary and things like that, and it maintains a pretty good immersion in ancient Greek the whole time while making it relatively easy. So I like that one a lot. But there are two Latin ones too, which may interest you. First we have Ciris, which Ciris, I think we pronounce it that way. Cyrus in English, Ciris in Latin. And this is a what do these call these? Vergiliana, one of these pseudo-Virgilian stories. So it's not an epic that was written by Virgil, but it is written in that kind of a style, probably first century BC, maybe a contemporary of, if not Virgil, Catullus or someone like that. And Séverin Clément Tarantino is the author. And this is nice because we have on different occasions. So we have, for example, we have this, and then we have vocabulary that's been rendered very clear, very easy to understand. On other occasions, we have the same passage that is rendered into prose on the opposite page. So that's very useful. Also, I'm delighted to see macrons are throughout. That's very, very helpful, both for beginners and advanced. So this is fantastic. If we assume Virgil is advanced level, which I think is correct, this is something that's great for the intermediate reader. It helps to create I'm trying to think of how to say this in a way that makes sense. We need to build up reading ability and reading fluency kind of in the same way that we could build athletic ability. Like if you want to train for some kind of athletic competition, you can, you want to, maybe, I don't know, I'm trying to think, I've never, what do people do? They lift weights and they do that in a competition, right? So when you want to do something like that, you have to train those main muscles, but you also have to train a lot of other muscles in the body. If it's some kind of maybe a deadlift or something, you need to do more than just deadlift. You need to do all kinds of things that give you sufficient flexibility, mobility, and also strengthen other muscles, other supporting muscle groups and things like that. So in this analogy, the idea is that you get as much reading as you can. So even if you are advanced, I think this stuff is great because you're going to learn things. Like I hadn't read before Ciris. So this is a great way for me to get introduced to it, to become familiar with it, to learn about it. And I really like the format. I love macrons throughout. This is, you know me. I love the macrons. This is fantastic stuff. And another one that I think they did a great job with, the being, of course, the Septentrion, is the Mir Animalia Paraphrase de Fabulistes Latins. So, animal stories, a lot of them are from Aesop's Fables. And on this side, we have the verse version, and here in prose. So here, just to give an idea, the moralitas at the end of this one, this is the canis adagnum. Auctor monstrare voluit homines resistere legibus naturae non meditis. And over in the verse version, his demonstrare voluit auctor versibus obsistere homines legibus meditis capi. So that is a great way to get into poetry too, because prose and poetry are certainly very similar, especially in Latin. They're very, very similar, very close to one another. And Latin poetry is probably one of the most amazing art forms in the whole history of humanity. That's how I feel. So anyway, I think these are wonderful tools. If you're at a more intermediate stage for your Latin or your Greek, I think they could be appropriate. And even if you're a little bit more advanced, I think it could be of use if you want to have something that's a little bit kind of more fun and relaxing. And if you're a beginner, I don't know if you would be ready if you're a beginner, maybe a very late beginner. It depends where you are. But so if you're in a certain stage of your progression in Latin or Ancient Greek and you try one of these and you find it easy or hard, I would love to hear. Your experiences with these texts, with these books, because that way that'll give an idea to other people who might come across this video and think, is this for me? Or should I wait? Or is this too easy? That's the kind of thing that I want to hear, and I think others will want to hear as well. So, merci beaucoup, gratias vobisago et karin humin eko erroste. Walete.